I'm Coach Corey Wayne, and this is my video coaching newsletter. And the topic of today's newsletter is going to be a real macho man. I've got an email here from a guy who's been applying what I teach since his unpleasant divorce last year. And he's starting to feel like James Bond, or a real macho man, if you will. So he shares a success story and all the success that he's having with women and how that's spilled over into his professional life and his career. And now, because he has so much success in his personal life, he's actually charging after things that he's always wanted to do. It's caused him to expand in other areas. So that's what we're going to talk about in today's video news. We're going to go through and look at the success that he's encountered, what he's done, how it's changed his life. And before we get into it, I got a quote that I wrote on this topic, and then we're going to go through his email. And the quote says, "Great women can make a great man even better. Women have the wonderful ability to build a man up and make him feel like a king, or to totally emasculate and bring him back down to earth when he gets a little too full of himself. When a man is happy, successful, and fulfilled in his personal relationships, he feels a natural tendency to expand, take on more risks, explore new career and business opportunities, and to grow beyond his comfort zone. Men should only date women who are supportive of their purpose, positive, and who cheer for their success. Women who are negative, unsupportive, selfish, narcissistic, and critical should be encouraged to become an energy vampire to someone else." So let's go through his email. He says, "Hey Corey, this email is an authentic testimony from a person who learned a lot from your book and email coaching newsletters." Or coaching newsletters, he says. "I applied most of what you taught me regarding pickup, dating, and relationship strategies, which yielded magnificent results." Well, good for you, dude. "After my tragic divorce, and after taking time to heal my wounds, I bought your book in late 2014 and dealt with it like a university textbook. Using a highlighter, I highlighted the main observations you mentioned in the book. I used a small notebook to summarize some of the major points in certain chapters, and I bookmarked the pages I wanted to go through again. I read your book at least 7 times, and I'm looking forward to the 8th time." Well, that right there is a definition of somebody who is serious. That's somebody who is serious about helping themselves and getting this part of their life handled. And I mean, you look at how he's studying, he's highlighting, he's taking notes, he's read it 7 times, he's looking forward to the 8 times. That's how you master anything in life. And so he wants to master this knowledge and fill in his knowledge gap so it becomes instinctual. And you're going to see in a minute, when I read it, how and why things are working so well for him in his personal life. Because repetition is the mother of skill. He's doing the little things, and you see the results because he's become proficient at it. So he says, "I applied all your techniques on how to interact and socialize. I went to shopping malls, smiled to people, and said hello to them. Many responded positively. This boosted my confidence and made me change my mind about interacting with strangers. I changed my posture and walked chest up with my head high with a smile on my face. That's going to make you look very friendly, very approachable, very happy, and also very attractive to women. Then I went to bars and lounges with friends and started initiating conversation with many beautiful women." Again, you treat all women the same. If you look at everybody you encounter in your life is all part of the same energy field, they're really all part of you. We're all vibrationally connected when you look at it, and therefore that means there's nothing that you are separate from. And therefore, if you look at everybody that you meet as a friend and an ally, and you interact with them accordingly, enthusiastically being inquisitive, asking them questions, and just taking a sincere interest in other people, and that's all he's really doing. It's amazing what a night and day difference that will do for your social life. So he says, many responded, he says, "I went to shopping malls, smiled to people, and said hello to them. Many responded positively. This boosted my confidence and made me change my mind about interacting with strangers." Well, how many times have you heard me say that confidence is really nothing more than doing what you know how to do and doing it really well. He says, I changed my posture, walked chest up, and my head held high with a smile on my face. Then I went into bars and lounges. He says, I wasn't able to do that for years due to a lack of confidence. Repetition's a mother of skill, after all. I got loads of numbers, and once I was asked for my number from the most attractive woman in the crowd. She came up to me, put her mobile in front of me, and said, "Put your number in my phone." Well, I would say that qualifies as definitely a high attraction level dude. It was the most amazing feeling I've had in my life. I felt like James Bond. I felt like a real macho man. The magic happened in April, 5 or 6 months after buying your book and studying it like a student. I dated 5 gorgeous women, went out with them, had fun with them, and managed to score with 2 of them. Now both are chasing me like crazy, and both are giving me the relationship talk. Sounds like you've got choices. What happened to me is exactly what you describe in your book and numerous videos. I'm a new man, a very confident one, very positive, and I can say a man who is starting to understand women. Of course, now, after scoring brilliantly with women, I started going back to figuring out my passions and purpose in life. My career and my future plans are the most important part of me being a man. Although I feel much better about myself, I also want to succeed in my career and business ventures. This is what you predicted also in your newsletters, and I also predict that in my book. In other words, when your personal life starts going really well and you build confidence in that area, you just experience more success in dating, or maybe you get a girlfriend, you feel better. You feel more, especially when they become predictable and it's easy to keep them happy, as long as they're normal and healthy and not a fucking Fruit Loop. It makes you feel like you want, just like I shared in the quote in the beginning of the video, it makes you feel like you want to expand in every area of your life. When a man is satisfied romantically and sexually, he goes out to find his purpose in life. This is my new mission. Well, I look at that, I don't agree with the way you phrase that. Just because you're satisfied romantically doesn't make you want to go pursue your purpose. Men should be pursuing that regardless. And therefore, women then being successful with women becomes a side effect of having a great life and a mission and a purpose that you're proud of and you're happy about. Thanks a lot, Corey. You've been a godfather figure for me, and you've pushed me to new levels. All the best. Well, thanks for sharing that. Thanks for being another awesome example of a great leader. And after all, the true measure of a leader is not how many followers they have, but how many leaders they create. And what does the word lead means? It means to go first. And out of the people that he knows and who he interacts with in his world, he's a leader now that everybody else can look up to, because now he's a guy that's popular with beautiful women. And quite frankly, I mean, when you look at TV, the movies, just popular culture, guys that are successful with women, everybody wants to be around them. They're perceived as being cool. They're perceived as being alpha. They're perceived as being an ideal that we all want to aspire to. And by applying the things that are in my book, you can be one of those guys in your community, in your city, in your country, in your peer group, and have a great life and great lifestyle and share it with really amazing people. So if you'd like to get my help personally, the quickest way is to book a paid phone, Skype, or email coaching session. You can choose any of those options by going to my website, clicking the products tab at the top of your screen, and just follow the instructions for booking whichever option works best for you. And I will talk to you soon.